But these are examples of someone's work here that they purposed to create something that was modeled according to their will and their purpose, and there was intellect and skill and design behind it. So it was touched by man. Some man thousands of years ago left his unmistakable intellect and knowledge and ability and purpose and will on that rock. And you could take a box containing 1,000,000 rocks about the same size as an arrowhead, and if there was one arrowhead in that box, you could pick it out easily. It wouldn't even be hard. You could do it probably if you were blindfolded. And I've got my little 9-year-old son here. Come up here, Lindsay. And this is Lindsay, and he's a fine young man. And he's agreed to do an experiment with us. And let me show you this box. This is a box of rocks, as you can see. And Lindsay is going to sit down over here at the table, and I'm going to put one of these arrowheads in the box. Okay? Now, Lindsay, you just stand by there a second. I'm going to don't look. I'm going to put this arrowhead right here in that box of rocks. Okay? So this is an experiment. We're going to see if Lindsay can pick it out. But now, here's the other thing. It's going to make it a little bit harder. He's not going to be able to see this because I'm going to put a blindfold on Lindsay. So here it goes. I'm going to put the arrowhead, this one arrowhead, in the box somewhere. Let me dig down. And I hope it doesn't get chipped in there. We'll put it in there. All right. Now, it's hidden in the box of rocks. Now, Lindsay, he's going to come over here and sit right here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put the blindfold on so that they can see that you cannot see. All right? Let's see if we can get this on you. Maybe this is a little bit too tight. All right. Can you see, Lindsay? Okay. Wait a minute. Now, let me have your testimony that you have not been practicing this at home. Have you been going in the closet somewhere and practicing this at home? No, have not done that. Okay. Now, have a seat over here, and we'll get back with Lindsay here in a few minutes and see how he does. Now, Lindsay, here's your box, and what you need to do, slip over just a little bit, if you can, and if you will put all the rocks, the regular rocks, on one side, like over here on your right, and when you come to what you think is an arrowhead, you put it on the other side, okay? So there I'm going to put him to that job, and we'll see what happens. But I believe, as I've said, we have not tried this at home. We have not been practicing this. This is the first time he's ever done it. So, listen, we are only talking here about an inanimate object, something that's not even living, that is an arrowhead. How is it that we human beings can recognize the slightest craftsmanship? Not that it's easy to create an arrowhead. It's hard, actually. I mean, it takes a lot of skill and dedication to the project. But it doesn't compare to, our bodies. See, there is an extreme gulf between the simple things that man often creates and the things that are living that I believe God created. And so these things require intellect and purpose, and at the same time, it should be obvious to us that when we behold a butterfly on an azalea blossom or the iridescent, didn't I have some peacock? Sadie, bring me those peacock feathers just a second. I want to show you these. I mean, of all the things, we could bring innumerable kinds of things in here to look at. But these are some peacock feathers that I had in my home. I just decided to bring. And those are just, the iridescent colors of the peacock feathers are just beautiful beyond compare. I mean, there's just nothing like them in the bird family. But the point I'm trying to make is, why is it, how is it that we can be oblivious to design like this and not see that it required a designer, just as an arrowhead required a designer to create symmetry and purpose and intent in something that has been crafted. This has been crafted, just like the arrowhead has been crafted. So anyway, out of the zillions of things that we could examine in this context, we're going to now focus on just one, the human eye. The human body, first of all, as complete, is a marvel that is unequaled in the realm of mortal beings. You've got a skeletal system that is a tower of bones put together with hinges and joints and superbly rigged and balanced, 206 of them, which anchor the muscles, and they shield vital organs with a great variety of structural shapes, from the flat plates, on your skull and on your back, your shoulder blades, to the backbone. In fact, I've got a backbone. So Sadie, look in that bucket over there and see if there's a backbone over there. I wanted to show that because it's such a complex shape. But we've got muscles. We've got 650 odd muscles working in pairs together. We've got a circulation system that is a network of 60,000 miles of tubing inside your body that carries the blood to every part of the body. And there's a nervous system made up of the brain, spinal cord, and the complex network of nerves that enables us to do the things that we need to do. Skin, all of the components and systems of the body are clothed with a flexible, waterproof, and perfectly fitting garment. The skin, look at this. Now, I hope this is not a human backbone, but it's a backbone that I found in the woods at one time. But you can see by this is extremely complex. And you can see that it's symmetrical. See where the spinal cords go through? Extremely complex and extremely well crafted. In fact, modern sculpture cannot rival things like this. Well, all of these things are evidence. They are like God's signature. They are a signature of God. It is like God putting His signature on everything. This meticulous nature of all things that are created is like God's signature. And we're going to talk about the human eye particularly, but we're probably going to run out of time today, and we may have to do it most of that on our next program. But what we want to do is we want to describe the form and the function of the human body, but particularly our concentration on just one eye, and even that must be described in the most summary and condensed fashion. So let's consider the workings of one eye from the outside in, and while we review the basic structures, you will be applying this test. Is it simple or is it complex? That's what we want to know. Because here's the thing that we need to understand. That non-living matter does not look for a way to improve itself. Is there design, intention, with purpose behind it? Or does it look like something that just happened by blind chance or an accidental mutation?